fascist.
First Roman and then Tim?
Yeah, and you know what? You're next. Get up! You get that fascist! Yeah! You're not so strong! What a useless fascist! Let's go!
I'm really mad because you turn on him, you turn me on. I mean, you turn on me.
Embark on what I can only call a holy war. Chatwin knows how much getting this retribution means to his companion. And so, wait a second! Oh my gosh! Brother Chatwin just nailed Brother Austin with the good book! Perhaps Tombstone was just the Sanhedrin, and it's actually Brother Chatwin who is the Judas! What blood-filled will be purchased with this win tonight? Sunday morning in the Beehive State means one thing: wrestling at the Gateway. Hello, folks. Lauren Gardner here, the Cicerone, and I'll be calling the action for you today on this episode of Devotion Championship Wrestling. In our opening bout, we will see Movie Mike take on Otto Von Clutch. Two charismatic Californians will go at it in the squared circle here today. And in our main event, after being on a hiatus, we see the return of Steel as she is calling out Reka Tehaka in singles competition. Additionally, we'll be sharing information that we have received about the group terrorizing the Grunt-style stable. But first, we will hear from our DCW heavyweight champion as he addresses the rumor and innuendo that has surrounded his controversial win.
What up, though? This is your DCW heavyweight champion, the Enforcer, Marlion Bishop. I want to talk to you for a few ticks. Because see, something has just been brought to my attention. My level of integrity with this company. See, DCW has always stood for the highest standard in professional wrestling. To represent that company as its champion, you must also have that high standard. But there's a question about Marlion Bishop's integrity. See, nobody's gonna accuse me of lacking integrity. Nobody's gonna accuse me of being in bed with anybody, unless I choose to. Nobody, but nobody, is gonna question my integrity. I fought for everything that I've ever gotten in this world, including this DCW Heavyweight Championship. I earned it. I earned it. So if someone in this company feels like that Marlion Bishop is lacking integrity, then we got a problem. Oh, we got a problem. And if this is coming from the top, the lemonade stand king himself, Manny Lemons, shame on you. Shame on you. But see, I can understand why. I can understand why there has to be something. I see through the nonsense. I see through the garbage. I see through the competition. And see, there has to be something about Marlion Bishop that someone can question. Because you can't beat me.
Why? You want to know why?
This is a call for an endurance of the saints.
Brother Austin,
Those who keep the commandments and keep the faith.
the core championship.
The faith will be victorious. Brother, I'm here to tell you, this is not a match between men. This is not a wrestling match. This is a religious war, a jihad, if you will. This is good versus evil.
Right.
And you, sir, next week will face the good of this world, because evil is always defeated. And we are here to hold the rod and the staff of victory.
True.
Introducing first, Otto Von Clutch!
Always with his announcement of Yabra Cadabra, in comes O-double-T-O Von Clutch. That's right, you heard it there, folks. Otto Von Clutch, someone who you would not be surprised if he was in the back just eating whole coffee beans before he came out. This man has got so much energy. Now it's just a matter of directing that.
You crappy cameraman, you get out of my...
Come on, our cameramen are great. They're not crappy. Come on now, Otto.
And his opponent, Southside Films presents, weighing in at 200 pounds, Movie Mike!
I am always impressed with the young stars that DCW brings in to showcase here at the Gateway, and Movie Mike is no exception to that precedence. This young movie maker was the youngest competitor to ever win the NAWA Heavyweight Championship. And we are more than excited to have him here. Look at that. Shades of the great Bret Hart as he's leaving his own shades with a young DCW fan. Happy to have all of you folks out here today. Thank you for adhering to social distancing and to safety precautions. Movie Mike and Otto Von Clutch, we are in for one heck of a kickoff show here on Wrestling at the Gateway. Our official for this match, referee Ian, will be trying to keep these egos in check.
You are a scrappy director. Scrappy director.
Oh, those are some bold words coming from Otto Von Clutch. I'm not even sure if he's familiar with Movie Mike's work.
O-double-T-O, my man.
Yes, we are aware of how to spell your first name, sir. Both of these athletes bring a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of confidence into the ring, however, demonstrated in completely different styles. No one is disrespecting Santa, Otto, I promise. But as I was saying, Von Clutch is more bombastic, in your face, confident, and Movie Mike is that quiet, cool confidence that you gotta watch out for, because that's the real confidence. That's confidence that's not making up for anything. Having worked with directors in the past, I understand that they are very particular in the way they like things, and Movie Mike is not any different. He would like to start the show off in his traditional fashion. There it is. The slate has gone down, the bell is sounded, and this match is on.
You shut the hell up.
The devoted faithful with the wetsuit Willie chant going on, and Otto is not having anything of it. Not a fan of that particular crowd chant. Movie Mike throws Von Clutch into a side headlock. Von Clutch coming back with a couple of stiff palm strikes to the gut. Movie Mike getting the better of that shoulder confrontation. And Movie Mike, familiar with the surfer Lang, tells him to hang loose, bro. I wonder if either of these gentlemen have seen Surf Nazis Must Die. That's something that they could bond over afterwards, perhaps. I'll lend them my VHS. Clutch puts Movie Mike into a tight side headlock, but Movie Mike able to escape and employ his own elbow lock. Otto has dropped down to a knee, now comes back up. He does have the reach advantage in this match as he employs a rear waist lock, but Movie Mike goes over the top and switches it into a side headlock takeover. Beautifully done by Movie Mike. Otto using his weight and height advantage to bridge over, goes for the pin, rolls back, does Movie Mike at 2, and into a head scissor reversal, has Otto Von Clutch sitting pretty at this point. Oh, right across the throat, and twice for good measure, 3 times. Movie Mike seeming to have something planned to get out of this, and now up and out. Otto having the wherewithal to get out of the way of that elbow and deliver a lariat. Goes for a second pinfall attempt. Movie Mike kicks out at 2. Otto Von Clutch never one to agree with an official in most cases, but he always has time to get in a dirty move like that. Oh, goodness. And whips him across the face with his own wrist. Lining him up, he's calling for the Bigfoot and gives it right into the side of Movie Mike's face. Von Clutch with a plan of action right here. Delivers a falling headbutt into Movie Mike. Calling that this one's for you. That's what happens when you spend your time hot dogging and underestimate the former NAWA champion, not to mention the youngest NAWA champion of all time. With the devoted faithful rallying around Movie Mike right now. Movie Mike looking to set up perhaps a belly-to-belly suplex, but Otto Von Clutch, oh man, using those extremely long legs to his advantage with the running knee into Mike's chin as Mike is trapped in the corner. Calling out his next move, he pushes Movie Mike off of the ropes, still using those leg strikes, lines him up, for a devastating running knee. Plants it squarely in the side of Movie Mike's head. Off the ropes, yabracadabra. He goes for the pin, 2. Movie Mike still able to kick out. Has not done the damage needed to keep him out. But he's going for the surfing elbow. Movie Mike gets out of the way. That hot dogging has not paid off for Otto Von Clutch in this bout. Still babying his elbow. He says, bring it on. Clutch dodges a right cross and delivers a roundhouse, now 2, into a fireman carry. Movie Mike able to evade, and the celebrity rehab puts Otto Von Clutch down. And that's it, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Movie Mike!
A fantastic debut here on Devotion Championship Wrestling is Movie Mike. A great win for him as he moves forward in his career. Right now, we're going to take a look at some footage that was sent to us from a group calling themselves Antifa. Viewer discretion is advised.
So what do I think it means to be the 2020 Collar and Elbow Rookie of the Year? I don't know, it's just another medal to add to my shoulder problems. I'm a Green Beret, Division 1.
Oh, look at you! Oh, selfie of this stupid corporate fascist! Oh, look at that, you
Surprise! What are you doing? Distracting me.
How do you like that? Huh? Yeah, you get cancer smoking those, you fascists! Our actions speak louder than words! Well, if it isn't the fascist.
First Roman and then Tim?
Yeah. Our actions speak louder than words.
All right.
You're not so strong. You're not so strong. We are more damaging than you. What a useless fascist. Let's go.
Welcome at this time, Antifa!
The footage that we just watched was sent to us. We received it, and the only thing we augmented was to show the dates at which those attacks took place. Now, I was not aware that we were going to be seeing Antifa here in person, but apparently they have chosen to let themselves be known and appear here in public for the very first time. Obviously, we've seen two of these mask wearers before. One, Echo, we've seen don that mask, and the more demonstrative of the three opponents, Monster 9. But the real question is, who's calling the shots? Who is this ringleader that is at the front of the Antifa movement?
You let me talk! All of you fascists out, all of you made fun of us! You made fun of us! Well, who's laughing now?
It looks like we're gonna find out who's in well, he's wearing a mask, under a mask. Oh, it's Andrew Sowell.
We don't need your boos because we've seen what you cheer for. You cheer for a bunch of war-mongering jerks. It sickens us to the core that this is a red state. It sickens us that we were bullied and made fun of as children. But I'll tell you what, it is us who will make all of you cry and get tearful and be disgusting. This is not Antifa. We are Antifa.
I can understand being upset with your lot in life, but taking it out on other people does no
Now,
good.
they say that there is strength in numbers. Well, we do have the strength in numbers, don't we? Grunt style? You corporate warmongering dogs!
Unbeknownst to Andrew Sowell, returning after being attacked back in November, Roman Roselle comes out to confront the Antifa movement. But Sowell better watch his six because the mercenary is in the ring with a chair. Antifa scattering like a bunch of cockroaches with the lights turned on. The devoted faithful rallying around the grunt-style stable, happy with the work that they've done, putting Antifa in their place, and Sowell covers his face and moves out of the arena. Grunt-style have got to be feeling pretty good about their lot right now. Folks, don't go anywhere. Coming up, we still have our main event when Reka Tehaka will take on Steel inside the squared circle. We'll be back right after this.
There's no need to remind you of who I am. I was soul-searching, journeying deep to reforge and temper my metal. Along that journey, I've learned that to show that I am the greatest, I must defeat the greats. And here at DCW, that's you, Reka Tehaka. You might be bad with all of your hard-headed Samoan tantrums, but I am Steel, and I hit hard. I will hit you, Reka Tehaka, so hard, you will never forget.
Introducing first, she is forged, not born, Steel!
Making her way out to the ring. It's been a while since we've seen Steel here in the DCW squared circle, but she's back, and she, by the sound of things, is ready to make one hell of an impact. Any athlete, any professional will tell you that sometimes you have to charge your batteries to come back full strength.
And her opponent, from the Pacific Islands, she is the Polynesian Savage, Reka Tehaka!
No adjective more fitting to describe Reka Tehaka Van Savage in every interpretation of the word. If that Haka doesn't put fear into your heart, it may not be beating. Reka stares Steel down, and Steel gets right back up in her face. Our official for this match, Kid Ref, gives the call for the bell. It is sounded, and things are off to a start. Collar and elbow tie-up from both competitors. Steel with a strength advantage, pushing Reka into the corner. Kid Ref starts with the 5 count, and I think at this point, Steel is trying to assert her dominance, to assert her role as a lead figure in the DCW locker room. Back into a collar and elbow tie-up. Chopping her legs this time, it is Reka Tehaka who gets the advantage into the corner. Doesn't even bother to push the count. Getting that win was enough for her to start back over. If I did it once, I can do it again. She's surely thinking into an S-grip side headlock that is cinched in there tight. Tehaka drops her hips, flipping Steel onto her back. Steel does not want to let Reka get into a side mount, and she counters with a head scissor that Reka kicks out of. Both competitors staring each other down. In with the forearm from Steel, returned by Reka Tehaka. Back from Steel. Reka with a game of tit for tat. A double palm strike puts Reka off the ropes, who bounces off and levels Steel with a shoulder tackle. Reka Tehaka now looking to maintain control of the ring, places herself in the center, giving her the advantage. Whips Steel into the corner, chases after. Steel maneuvers out of the way and plants Reka's head not once but twice into the turnbuckle. A third time, not seemingly phased at all. Reka shows that her head is as hard as it gets, and you're not gonna hurt her that way at all. Taking it a step further, delivering a headbutt to Steel, who is still holding her head, tries to retaliate, blocked and caught, and another headbutt delivered to the forearm of Steel. Reka now, with shoulder control of her opponent, pulls Steel into the corner, employing a single-handed Greco-Roman knuckle lock, goes to the top rope. Reka looking to deliver some damage from above, chopping Steel right on top of the head. Tehaka taking some time to give the DCW fans what they want. And what Steel wants right now is a little rest from this match, going outside of the ring. Tehaka in hot pursuit. Meanwhile, Kid Ref is imploring both competitors to make it back into the ring. Steel still trying to do damage to Reka's head. Tehaka putting it in plain English for Steel. Now rolling her opponent back into the ring. Tehaka follows quick behind, but this gave time for Steel to gain momentum like a freight train, mowing down Tehaka, who is no doubt feeling that momentum. Looking to deliver a running knee, but Steel catches her mid-flight with a sidewalk slam, goes for a pinfall. Tehaka kicks out at 2, visibly seeing the effects of that sidewalk slam by Steel. This has got to be frustrating for Tehaka, who normally has a reach advantage against most of her opponents, but in this case is sized up extremely well against Steel, who also carries a strength advantage. Looking to show that strength off, scooping up Reka Tehaka. Steel slams her down into the mat with an exclamation point, now going for a chokehold. Kid Ref making sure that it's a legal hold. It is indeed. And the devoted faithful rallying around Reka Tehaka to give her the encouragement to continue on up to her feet, and retaliating with elbow after elbow, and a chin buster frees Reka from the grasp of Steel. Tehaka lining Steel up, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, rushes in, and a double chop to the chest, followed by a second. Tehaka, known for her chopping abilities, a pump kick drops Steel to the ground, goes for the cover. 1, 2, Steel getting her shoulder up, remaining in the fight. Both competitors exhausted, but continuing on.
I am the real Polynesian
Reka, declaring her status as the true Polynesian savage, comes off the ropes, dodges a roundhouse, and lifts the demonstrative steel onto her shoulders into a Samoan drop. Goes for the cover. 2. That's it, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Reka Tehaka!
Reka Tehaka continuing her dominance and showing her place as one of the top spots in the DCW locker room. A big win for Tehaka today on Wrestling at the Gateway. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on Wrestling at the Gateway. I'm Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone, and before we go, let's go backstage to Chongo's dressing room.
See what you did? Look at it! See what you did, Chongo! Bad! Chongo mad! Chongo big mad! Bad! Bad? Bad? You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? You might be better than me. Okay. Okay, Chongo. You might be better than me. You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? You might be, homie. You might be. But Chongo, oh Chongo, when it comes to crazy, you are not in my weight class, old chap. And next week, crazy like crazy, and crazy is gonna get crazy. You better bring a straitjacket, because I swear if I have one finger free to dig and claw and scrape and fight, I will hurt you permanent.
Now I will kill you.